Guys, want to see something cool? Whoa! Whoa, stop! That thing wants to kill me. Here's all the stuff that came out of the car today. And to kind of go over what's going on here. So here we are. Oh, where do I start? Not much actually to go over, so I don't know why I'm saying that. But I got the main hoop tacked in, and I started on the shoulder harness, or the lap belt bar itself. This came in that strut kit for this car in the first place. So I don't know if I had mentioned that. I actually bought a 6-point kit for this car off Jegs. And it came in 2 pieces, and it came with the strut kit, which came with your rear struts and your door bars, as well as the lap belt bar, but the main hoop came separate. I got all of that but the main hoop, and the main hoop never showed up, and Jake's just like, here's a refund, have a good day. And I contacted him back and was like, hey, can I get this sent to you? Yeah, you can get it again, but you're gonna be charged for $79 shipping for that, even though I already paid $119 shipping for the other stuff. And I don't want to go into it, but basically I wasn't gonna order the main hoop from them because I guess they don't insure their own stuff for some reason, and they want the customer to pay for the insurance or to pay for extra shipping if the stuff doesn't show up. So I basically said, screw it, I'll just spend my own. So that's what I did. I bought tubing and bent my own, and then I just started putting everything together here. So down here is, I've already started on this section, and I'll basically do the rear strut here. I'll cut that up the same way, do a rear strut there, but I'm only gonna tack it in. A buddy of mine that's helping me kind of figure this out, he basically just said, tack the stuff in, break the tacks, and then move the stuff forward. That way we can get the instead of doing like a halo around the car this way, basically what we're going to do is we're going to come with, because we're going to a 10-point now. I think I explained that, but we're going 10-point. So I'm basically going to bend a bar on this side that goes down the windshield to the dash bar, same with that side, and then we'll just tie it in with a windshield bar up here that you can just bend that radius up here. And then with that dash bar, it'll come to the frame there, come to the frame there, and then we'll have removable door bars. So I'll weld in the connections on each side, and then you'll be able to remove the door bars when obviously you're not drag racing it. And then when you're drag racing it, you put the door bars in and everybody's happy. So I'll go over what I did. The seat's in there. It's actually at its highest point right now. It'll actually go lower, but I just have a block of wood in there to where it would sit at its highest. And as you can see, it's right with the roll cage, and I've sat in there, and I even had my helmet in, and basically you really have to get down as low as you can. These cars are very short. I have a very, I'm tall, and most of my tallness is from my torso up, so I have a long torso. So I really have to get like into the seat and sit really low for everything to be happy. But the idea is we're gonna come with the bar, maybe be easier to explain here since I don't have to reach over the car. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do on both sides, this side and the driver's side, I'm gonna kind of start coming up towards the top of the target top, and then come back down and come into the windshield. That way it gives you some headroom in the car, because there isn't a lot of space in these things. They're very tight, they're small, they're itty bitty cars. So I'm not saying the car itself, but the cabin is fairly small. They give you enough back there, that's for damn sure. But so, as you can see, there's no wiring up here other than like that stuff right there. Tore the wiring out of the car because we're gonna wire this thing up from scratch. There's a lot of stuff that I don't need, and I'm just gonna make everything on a race panel. So to explain kind of what's going on here is, if you can picture like the 91 plus Corvette interior, you have your like little cockpit area here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a race panel in the center here that's gonna basically be like your turn signal, your headlights, your AC, heat, all that stuff, ignition. It's gonna have everything that was supposed to be on the column and the HVAC system anywhere else is going to be on a race panel. So I'm going to wire everything there myself, since I can actually do that. That's something I actually enjoy. And we're going to set up the race panel here and get that set up. So I think like all that stuff, all the wiring is about 27 pounds itself. So we'll probably cut that in half. The only thing I'm going to have on the windows is it's going to have manual locks on it, and it's going to have electric windows, because they don't make these cars all came with electric windows. There was no crank window style, and no, you can't do like a belt style window, because the window seals to this. So there is no frame door. So you kind of have to go with that. So that's the only thing that's gonna be electric, and I'm gonna have that set up on the race panel here, and it's gonna be passenger driver, and then everything else is gonna be off that race panel as well. With that, with the wiring, like I said, this is all the wiring here. I weighed it, it's about 27 pounds with the modules and everything else. And as you can see, I also pulled out the steering column, and we're going to basically a race column setup. So I'll get that in there, and we'll get the race column in there, and then the dash bar is gonna be interesting, because I was initially gonna be like, oh, hey, look, they have like provisions here for the wiring that I could just do the dash bar through. Well, it's pretty low. So I think what I'm gonna do is just put it right over the top of that, right across here. And then it'll be right down in the frame here. Under this fiberglass frame, it's just fiberglass covered frame. So it goes right down here, same on that side. And then your door bars will come in here. So that's what's being worked on right now. That is the current project is get the rear bracing's done right now, and then I gotta order 2 more pipes, 7.5 inch tubing to bend, so I can do this, I can do that. I already have some tubing under here to do the dash bar and everything else here, as well as some tubing up there, right up there where all that stuff is. So that's the update. I'll keep going on this, and there was something else I was going to mention. Oh, so with the battery here, since I did relocate it, obviously I have to get a tie down in here, but you also have to have a safety shut off switch. So I was also talking with the same guy that's helping me kind of lay out this roll cage. Is with this shut off, I think what we'll do is we will have it go through the back of the car. The license plate sits about like right here. And then what I'll do is I'll have the license plate flip up, and there'll actually be like a 6 to 12 inch like rod that you can thread, that has the pull, push, or switch, whatever, the doohickey, the beep, bloop, and that way it can be removable. There's a gas tank right here, so I guess I just realized that there's a gas tank right here, so we're gonna have to figure that out. That's not too bad. We could actually do something right here. We could do it right behind the bumper. Just have a wire maybe that runs across the frame here, and then this side or that side right to the, actually be better this side, go right to the battery, and then we'll basically have this like this shut off switch like right here or like right here, and then that actually works. Sorry, this is how my brain works. And then have it come out, and then I'll just have a little threaded rod that you can boop, 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 remove. It's gone. The license plate folds down, you don't see it, and then when it's race time, you fold the license plate up, you thread the rod in. It has the labeling on there. You can either obviously push or whatever. So it says like, you know, this way, turn off, turn on, push, pull, on, off. So you have to have that, especially since it's relocated. So the ABS block is also going to be removed. I have all of the fitting information, so I just have to order some female tees and get all that stuff done, and then that block can come out. It's already disconnected electronically, and then once that's gone, we'll kind of, what I should do is I should actually shorten those lines up and then put it back in the corner and put an access door. That way you can actually use that cubby behind me. It would actually be kind of nice, but a lot of people just put T-fittings in there and then get rid of that ABS block. And that thing is heavy. That thing weighs like 10, 12 pounds at least. I mean, it's heavy. It's just a big brick of aluminum and plastic and bolts and all that fun stuff. So yeah, it's kind of a quick look at what's going on. I put the seat back in. It was sitting on the shelf back there with my other one. So I just wanted to get in here so I know that that bar is low enough, because you can't have it higher than your shoulders for the angle, and I sat in the seat and everything's good to go there. So we will get that finished up and we will continue on this cage, and I will start working on the interior electronics. And I think what I'm going to do is, since my piggyback system is done by Arduino, I think I'll probably just do an Arduino setup here with some MOSFETs and relays. And I think what we'll do is we'll just remove these incandescent bulbs and do LEDs back here as well. And we'll utilize this wiring itself, but then I'll run all new wiring to the car here, on the passenger side, and get all that done. So everything is, like I said, done on the race panel. So if you guys have any questions or any comments, let me know. But that's the current status of the car. We're going to continue to keep working on it and see if we can get this thing done for race week next year, since I'm not going to be able to do it this year with so much going on. So that shouldn't be a problem. And that's all I have. All right, thanks, bye, later. Well, we're not done. There we are. Got them tacked in. You can see. And the dash bar is laid up in there. And yeah, that's 1 3/4 inches. And you're probably wondering, like, why is there an 1 3/4 up there in a 10-point? Well, I had it. So these are 1 3/4 inches. That's an 1 3/4 inches. And then the main hoop is 5/8? Something like that, whatever it's supposed to be for the old 10-point. So that's laid in there the way I kind of want it. So instead of starting to do like where it would go to the frame here, I kind of just set a piece. Like here's just a rough cut of one I had from earlier, and it's going to be obviously not angled that much, but it'll come down here and then it'll basically be angled to the frame, notch like that. But what I need to do is I'm going to start on this end and come here and build the tie-in here that goes down the windshield. And these cars, so windshields are kind of awesome in these, like probably any Corvette. They're tapered, they come in. So I see if the phone can do justice or not. So coming off here, it's tapered really well to the windshield. Well, I have to look and see how many bends you can actually do on these. I thought there was only 2 bends you could do. So if I'm gonna talk about doing a bend up here, coming up just a little bit, I might not be able to. I might just have to get it as tight as I can here, just come straight out, and then basically make my first bend coming down here. And I don't know, it's, if I come down here, there, and I come straight down, it's gonna be like this. So then you have this gap here that doesn't have, you know, versus like coming down here and tying in here, but that's just kind of the way it is. There's a mounting point here for the entire dash and stuff, and it's kind of a mess, so there's nothing really I can do there. So I think we're just gonna have to come down just like that. Just come down, there's gonna be a gap here, and it'll slowly get tighter and tighter until I get up. Just follow this all the way down. I don't know, we'll have to address that, but let's keep on moving on, I suppose. And that'll be the update for right now. I gotta order some more tube. I gotta move this whole section about 1/8 inch forward, just a little bit. So that's the reason it's all tacked in, so I can break those tacks and just move it a little bit forward. That's just set up there like that, as you can see, and then that bar will actually come up to it. It's pushed back right now. I just have it held there. And I gotta notch that just a little bit more, pull the dash bar tube up, and then we work on this side. But as you can see, we have it. Making progress. So like I said, I'm gonna order some more tube. We can do that side. We can do the top of the windshield bar. I have tubing to go from, each end down to the rail, and then tubing for the door bars along with the swing out attachments so they can be removed. And then once we do that and get everything situated here, I'm actually gonna, if I have to, I'll pull this windshield out so I can weld up there and get everything as tight as can be. I think it might be easier just to do that, pull this out and just weld up here, because this needs a new windshield, as you can see. So we'll do that, and then we can get the dash back in. Then we can start laying the carpet and all the heat shielding first, and the carpet, and start doing the interior wiring and all that stuff. And then once that's done, steering wheel too, steering column, steering wheel. and start paint, finish the minor details, and that should be it.